In this session, we'll talk about some of the disadvantages of being body conscious. Okay, if we don't do anything, how our life is going to be. Okay, so basically, we will be constantly running behind the perishable treasure, which will give us happiness for a short amount of time. We'll never be content, will be a complainer, and always feeling that I'm not able to get everything that I should get. Okay, we will also remain puppet of five elements, which is also known as subservient. We'll be living in illusion of being something perishable, which we are not. Body is something that's not the complete truth. We are living with our false image. So that is one of the wrong thing we are doing. Something which doesn't belong to us, and we are living with that awareness will never able to give us the power, because only the truth brings the power, and something perishable is not the truth. Truth is imperishable. Okay. Because body is actually non-living, and the soul is living, which is the complete truth. Okay, human body doesn't have much value if the soul is not in there. That's why we say dehant, dehant. Okay, when soul leaves, there is the end of the body as well. When there is soul, we say birth, janma. Okay, so it has a lot of value because it can be used to perform actions. So we say the fortune favors the soul which enters the body. That's why there is a praise of actions performed to the soul. Dharamatma, Param Pita, even the God himself, Paramatma, Devatma. Okay, we have Mahanatma, Papatma, Punyatma. It favors the soul, right? Not the body. Body is just an instrument through which we are performing the action. We cannot take this as a reality. So there's a disadvantages of being in body conscious, because we are inviting hell. Even in Bhagavad Gita, we'll talk about it, how it says that the vices, the vice of lust and anger is doorway to hell. So we are constantly living, creating that atmosphere of hell in our mind, so which is not reality, right? We all want to experience the stage of a self as a heaven. So being influenced by other than the self, par is the body, soul is the swa as a self. Okay, that's why in the Gita it says Swadharme nidadam shreya paradharmo bhayavaha. The swa means atma, which is ours. Par is the body. Okay, being in body conscious, like wearing tight clothes. Longer we wait, we'll be just living in suffocation. Okay, and it's also harder to take off. Okay, so in this point, I'm going to bring this point into all of our attention. Is it creates bondage. It makes us. It creates bondage internally, which blocks our intellect. It creates a lot of waste and negative thoughts. Living in the consciousness of the body, our mind is wandering constantly throughout the day in which we are experiencing. We have lost the self-control, and then our means finishes, also our happiness finishes. We are bound with the expectations. So we really need to have a spiritual power in order to overcome that limitations, limited thoughts, limited feelings. Okay, and experiencing that controlling power which we don't have. Okay, we are in bondage of our own thoughts. We say many things, but we don't have willpower to do it. Okay, so biggest bondage is the bondage of the mind, which locks the intellect. Okay, so without finishing the subtle bondage, we cannot experience a supersensuous joy. Okay, so all this bondage of waste thoughts, carelessness, laziness, all types of thought is a sign of bondage in the mind. Okay, so the thing is, our consciousness will keep biting us, will keep making the same mistakes over and over and over. Okay, then that is also not good. And we know whatever we are doing is not the right method, because the fruit, if we do something right, the results are also the right? Our mind will go into expansion, always expanding things. It will not be constant. So we have to stay in the essence, which we are losing that. I want to stay in the essence of things. I don't want to expand and go into have the mind in a different directions where I cannot bring it back. If I can get the essence of whatever is happening with less amount of thoughts, it can really bring have us that peace of mind which cannot come through body consciousness. Uh, this sentence it says, if you finish the body consciousness, all your situation will be finished. Okay, which is very beautiful. We are inviting our own situations because we are not changing our own awareness. Keep falling into the trap of the illness. We have illness, we are not accepting we have the illness, and the results we are suffering from the results. The mind will feel heavy. That is a disadvantage also of body consciousness. So we basically are inviting five vices. Again, we'll be taking it that to the next session and talking more. It's like a 10 heads of Ravan. Is identifying the impurity of the five elements of the body and the five vices in the soul: lust, anger, greed, attachment, ego. We'll understand it systematically, how they, in which order they enact in the soul. They are shown as a symbol of Ravan, Kumbhakaram, Saturn, Shaitan. They also say that. Um, so if we vices, this vice of lust is the chief of all the vices. See, the disadvantage of this having the vices is that not having peace of mind. So we need to get rid of these vices. In order, they are like ghost. We need to take out that influence of the ghost. With the awareness of the body, we cannot able to do that. So that is also the disadvantage. This is important point here. See, the means for us to perform actions is, the means to stabilize in our religion and then to perform action, right? So main karma, what is our karma? Karma is depend on our religion. What is the consciousness we are performing the actions, right? So it's based on our religion. So what is our religion? So dharma means special dharana, special inculcation of special practice. So what without having that inculcation of knowing who I am, we will not be able to perform accurate actions. Okay, people are right now performing the action in the image of a human being, and considering my religion is the religion of Hindu, Muslim, Christian. Okay, that is called having body consciousness, and either African American, or we say the whites, and or the Asian. With that awareness, if I'm performing the action as a male and female, that is not our true dharma. Okay, so that's the reason it cannot give us that we cannot become the embodiment of the elevated virtues. Where there is lack of dharam, we cannot have the success in our action. Okay, or we cannot become the righteous soul. So we will be constantly we will get influenced by what's happening outside or within us due to old sanskars, so wasteful thoughts and old sanskars. We become connected to body consciousness. Okay. We will not become angel if we don't renounce the body consciousness. Okay, angel who is always flying in happiness, in elevated stage. Okay, of course, cannot finish that I and mine, which will not. If I don't finish it, um, I will be constantly being attracted towards what's happening outside, and so that is also not good. Okay, so and we'll become addicted to cigarette smoking and all those. We'll start having that bad habits, alcohol. So that is also not good because of body consciousness. So that is a disadvantage. If you want to leave your bad habits, we have to work on living body consciousness, and we cannot blame on them, blame on situations. It's if there is no vices in the objects, vices is within us. So if we control ourselves, nobody will attract us, or nobody will affect us, or nothing will harm us. So if we don't work on ourselves, we will be living in suppression. So suppression is something that we are holding on. We are not clearing things that is happening within us. We are holding grudges. Um, that is basically we are holding that emotion of feeling helplessness and having internal anger, feeling of injustice, and suffering from all this restlessness of why is it not happening, it should happen, as far as desires and expectation goes. So that is not good. We are constantly burning inside, holding on to this the holding on to unfulfilled desire. Okay, suppression, um, suppressed emotions are not good. They are like physical wounds without proper first aid. So something is bothering us, coming into the mind again and again and again. You should consider that we are in suppression. Okay, and some of the attitude that we carry, we are so introverted. We are something else inside, something else outside. We are suppressed. Okay, we become constantly affected from the outside, things like feel hurt, somebody says something, I got, and I start crying and I feel bad. We are suffering from suppression. Okay, we have this lot of fear of, oh, what this person will say, that person will say. A lot of suppression is happening. We are feeling expressing ourselves very nicely outside, just we are masking something else outside, something else inside. Okay, so that is also called suppression. Blame game, we'll start blaming things. So it's something that we are holding. We are not ready to a kind of resolve it. Because of that, we are kind of redirecting ourselves to something else, to become someone else. That is to avoid facing that emotions. Okay. um, it will create low self-esteem. Over the period of time will bring your mind again, the same things will come in your mind. One day you will be just exploit, either you'll be depressed or you will just explode. um, or you will also have some disease. It will affect your body parts as well. So unexpressed emotion never die. Buried alive will come forth later in uglier way. So suppressed emotions like physical wounds, it will not heal the soul. It will make it worse and worse. And we are suffering that since long, long time. Okay, so we need to have we need to work on it instead of procrastinating and saying, I don't have time, I don't have time. That is going through suppression only. We're just trying to avoid facing what's happening inside and just, going with the flow and constantly having the mind engaged in the physical aspects. Okay, eventually it will make us tired, um, and which is not good. That's why people say, oh, I will wait until later, 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 later. When they become old, they don't have any power at all. There is no power of mind and intellect to really grasp anything and feel anything. It's all, they are all drained. Okay, so longer we wait, it's harder to change, harder to overcome our separation, and we are just kind of completely lost our power. Okay, that's why because of separation only we procrastinate things actually. And then we divert to watching TV and engage in the external things because we are not ready to face what's happening inside. Okay, so if we don't address it, it will take the worst form. Okay, in soul consciousness, the only way, so holding suppression is like this. As you can see in the picture, a lot of burden. We are buried under the burden, holding that volcano in our in the hands, burning volcano. Okay, so doing the meditation with suppression will not work. First, we need to. That's why we are taking this knowledge to clear a lot of the things that we are holding on with the basis of knowledge, so we can keep our mind at rest. Otherwise, it will be constantly going why, what, how, all those things. So that's why meditation will not work. That's the reason a lot of things we are doing, it's not working. Okay, prayers and everything, because we are not clearing. We cannot just keep watching it. We need to clear it. Okay. Okay, so we'll cover more disadvantages in the next session. So I don't want to make this session very long.